Let me show you how to pull the rear cover out of the trunk. In this episode of Aston1936.com, I'm going to show you how to remove the rear trunk liner cover. So that's this panel at the back of the boot or the trunk. It may look a little bit different in your car depending on the year. Mine's a 2005, so I actually have my Smart Tire TPS sensor up here. This is the navigation DVD player reader here, and then this bump out here is for my 260 watt Lin stereo amplifier, which kind of protrudes, which you'll see in a minute. Some cars may have a flush back depending on the stereo that you've got. Some cars in the later models are going to have an umbrella mount in here. Some cars in later models won't have this TPMS. So the look of this changes, but the panel I think generally comes out the same all round. We only need a few tools to do this that are pretty straightforward. We need an interior clip removal tool. Now you could sort of bodge along with a flat blade screwdriver to do the job that this is going to do, but if you have one of these, it's pretty handy. We need a T30 Torx. I'm going to use a screwdriver, but you could use a T30 Torx that's on a ratchet. You need a T15 Torx as well to do a couple of the other Torx screws. So some pretty basic tools, so let's get at it. Now, on my car, these 4 screws that hold on the amplifier covers are T30s. So if you don't have these, of course, you can skip this step. Oops. All right, with the last screw out, this cover comes away, reveals the back of the amplifier, and we can set this aside. So with the cover out of the way, next thing I want to do is remove the trim around the navigation DVD that sits up here. So that's the T15 Torx, just 2 screws here that are easy to see. So that comes away, and now it's free to come apart. So over here to the left, we have a little piece of carpet trim that's going to block it. So this just lifts up. It's just held on with Velcro, so you can remove that from the car. So now all that's holding this in place now is 4 fir tree clips that are tucked in here. So this is where this tool comes in really well. If you want to reuse your clip, you basically can just wiggle underneath it, and out comes the clip. Again. And one last one. So with those 4 clips out of the way, now this basically we're just going to pull the panel out at the bottom edge. And then it's a bit of a finagle. And out it comes. So that's pretty straightforward to get out. And we can come in for a closer look now to see what you can actually get to once you've got that removed. So this is where they hide all the electronics. You know, we've got the rear fuse box in the car kind of hanging out down here in that footwell. And then all of the, the wiring harness feeds. This is your amplifier. There's the fiber optic cables that come up from the stereo system to work with that. A harness coming along. All these ground lugs are here. This is the main wiring harness pass-through towards the front of the car. So this might be important to you if you're going to fish some wires through to the front. And, a whole bunch of other stuff that's in here. So pretty straightforward to get this out. If you're going to go after your TPMS sensor as well, you probably pull this panel out first before you remove this upper panel. So that was a pretty simple 5-minute process to get access to the electronics that are behind here. Pretty easy to do, and putting it back together is just a reversal of the same process. Something you can easily do, in your home garage anytime you need to. So down here you'll find a link to my companion blog. Might have a link to also if you have to replace those fir tree clips in case they've gotten damaged. Up here you're going to find the next video in my series, which will probably be something to do with removing the right-hand rear cover. And if you like to get videos like these, please go ahead and subscribe down here. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments. Please leave those down below. Thanks for watching.